I just love adventure, any opportunity to kind of go on a trip that's not planned by myself. I don't really know what I'm doing. I hate planning trips really, I love going on them, don't really like planning them. And any time I can go out and take photos is a huge benefit to me. So when this trip came up, I saw like a 90-second teaser trailer, and I was like, yeah, okay. So I just put my name down and I managed to get a place. It's been awesome. Kind of a distinct lack of emotions. I think it was like the night before, I was sitting on the sofa with a friend, and I went, oh, I'm going to Indonesia tomorrow. But because I've travelled so much, I don't really get that excited for trips. And it's hard to get excited about 15, 16 hours of flying. I would have been much more excited had I known what we were doing, but as it's all a secret, it didn't really make me nervous, but it's hard to know what to get excited about. Hard to know how tough he was going to make it too, because I was told that ex-military can push people to their breaking point, so I was a little bit apprehensive and excited the night before and when I got here. It's one of the best experiences of my life. It's potentially life-changing if I actually take on board what I've managed to gain from this trip and everything I've learned and the friendships that I've made. It's been really amazing. It's given me a lot of clarity about myself and what I should be working on and what I can do to improve. I think the most important thing I learned was probably that I need to take more time to stop and think. Because in my business day to day, I spend lots of time thinking and solving problems. I'm really good at solving problems in business, but rarely do I get home and stop and just sit down and have nothing, no phone, no iPad, no computer, no TV, and just stop and think and try and. I think that I'm good at solving problems, and potentially the best person to solve my problems is me, if I just sit down and dedicate time to think about it. And I also learned that I've maybe more potential than I thought I had. And I've always known that I'm going to do well, and I have a lot of potential, but a couple of people here have seen more in me than I had seen in myself. I like to know what I'm doing next because I like to be prepared. It's been fine, it's been great, it's been a fun joke as well. But sometimes do I drink this coffee now? Do I need to be up later? What time am I waking up tomorrow? So I have to go back and find things out. If they'll tell me, they don't always like to tell me. I think it's better not knowing because it's more of an adventure, and the stuff that's really hard, when you don't know it's really hard, it's much easier to get through it. Hiking that mountain the first night, that was a long hike up and even longer on the way down, and had we all known how hard it would have been, it wouldn't have been as enjoyable, I don't think. Being away from the internet's been pretty good actually. You take me kicking and screaming away from the internet because it's my life. My business is on there, I connect with people every day. I'm going to connect to the internet tomorrow and have hundreds of group messages pop up, and it'll be nice to get back in, but I've been really fine without it. It's been nice to disconnect and stop and think, and instead of sitting and scrolling on my phone, you just sit and chat with the person next to you instead. It's been really good. And I think that in the future, I'll try and dedicate some more time to being offline. 100% thrilled that I came. I'll come on every trip if they let me. It's been a really remarkable experience, and Matt knows some places that you will find in a guidebook in 5 years' time, but not anytime soon. So for me, that's priceless because you get to find these hidden gems and these communities of people that you just, where we've been staying, you're not going to find it on Airbnb. You're not going to meet the people that Matt met through happenstance years ago and has built relationships with. It's just not going to happen. And that for me is the unique part of the experience. Anyone can put together a trip where you stay in a nice 5-star hotel here, a nice 5-star hotel there. One's in the mountain, one's on the beach. That's fun and it could be enjoyable, and you can go quad biking here and surfing there. That's an adventure kind of, but this is a whole different experience. It's custom tailored. Instead of, okay, here's this amazing luxurious experience, it's, hey, here's this experience that I've taken years of my personal relationships and time and knowledge and exploring. Not all of exploring works out, you end up, I should imagine, mostly with paths that lead nowhere, to take all of that and package it into an adventure is incredible. I think it's such a unique experience, and I think that most people will never be able to, just won't have the time to create that sort of experience themselves. I think if you're considering coming along on this trip, even just considering if what you've seen so far appeals to you, then I think that this is an opportunity you should throw yourself headfirst into, because I really don't know where I could get anything like this in the world. It's truly unique. There might be some other people who do adventure trips, but the unique aspect of this trip is the relationships and the people you meet and the people you're surrounded with. Everyone that I've met on this trip has been completely awesome. I've had a connection like that with almost everyone. As soon as we got on the bus on the first day, it was chatting and joking and laughing. I've laughed so much on this trip, and I'll hopefully know these people for the rest of my life. It's that kind of connection, so well curated in terms of the people and the activities that happen. And Matt puts an incredible amount of thoughts into what's going on, and I think that is truly remarkable. And if you're looking for a unique experience, then this is probably it for you.